For what's up, man? This is a more personal vehicle, just one-on-one with the guys and even gals, but I know it's mainly guys that's watching. Let's get right into it. So, these are a couple things. I don't have nothing written down, so this is just raw. Things that help me in my self improvement, my self development. One, cutting out all the distractions. If something doesn't serve you and something doesn't help you put yourself, push you in a position of success, then you need to reduce it to nothingness. But you don't have to cold turkey it. That'll be great, but hey, at least reduce it and get it reduced to a point where it's nothingness to you. Just delete all distractions. For one thing, start seeking knowledge and information. Cut out the entertainment. What did I tell you guys? You got the two E's, entertainment and education. Which one is more important? It's a no-brainer. It should be education. But why are you so stuck on being entertained? Because it feels good. But let me tell you something. Being educated also feels good when you know about yourself, when you know about things like the origins of Egypt, when you know about the origins of civilization with the Twa tribe. And you know what? Let's not nerd out, but knowing things like that has helped me greatly. Knowing how to prioritize my time. My time isn't going to be spent on being entertained. Next point, reading books. Reading books has helped me tremendously. I've said it in one of my videos, I say it again. I started with personal development books. I got one around. I got books all around me. I don't got no personal development books in arm's reach, but I got them, like a 10-foot radius, of course. But I started with personal development books, like psychology books and getting your mindset right, financial books, things of that nature. I started off with that, and then it made me do some self-reflection and go, well, this is cool. And I noticed in my space, that's what everybody else read, is those self-improvement books. Well, I want to do something different. So I started getting into historical books, and specifically ancient history, known as antiquity. And I was just all in. I went all the way into the rabbit hole, got into that, started learning more about history in general, Africana studies, into politics, geopolitics, started getting into anthropology, started getting into science, like genetics, right? So this helped me a ton because anytime I'm talking to somebody that has way more than me, what I mean have way more than me, let's just be real, like financially, if I talk to a mentor or a coach that's helping me with financing, or a coach that's just better than me when it comes to self-improvement. What do I mean by better than me in self-improvement? That means they have better habits. To sum it up, you are your habits. That just sums it up in a nutshell. You are your habits. So I have mentors for finances. I have mentors for your mindset, meaning, tracking your habits. I have a mentor, a direct teacher that teaches me a lot of my knowledge base. So I have things like that. And that's already another point in itself. Having great mentors. Having great mentors is the key. Why? Because you're the sum of the 5 people that you hang around. And they also say you're the sum of your income is the sum of the 5 people that you're around as well. So when you pay for these mentorships, and your mentor is a multi-millionaire, but all your problems that's big is small to them. So when you present it to them, it puts your mind at ease because they make it seem so small and minute. Now I know what you're thinking. Everything is relative. Yes, you make a fair point with that, with everything being relative, but also those multi-million-dollar people, they also had that same mindset when they first started, where, okay, I'm only having $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 problems now, but they already thought in the future saying, well, this should be relative. I'm going to eventually start having $300,000 problems. I'm going to eventually start having $3 million problems. I'm going to eventually start having $30 million problems. Do you get what I'm getting at? So that helps a ton. Me being single helped me with my identity. Anytime you're in a relationship, sometimes both parties, or maybe it's one side, is trying to conform to the other's for the other's satisfaction. Excuse me, my nose, man, it's allergy. So on one side, the other person is always trying to conform to satisfy the other partner. Well, me being single, I understand now the things that I'm into completely, and I understand what I want out of the next relationship potentially. So that also helped me a ton, is being single, so I can understand what's my purpose. I finally found my purpose. Working out. I've been working out since probably 12, 13 years old. That helped me a ton because working out for me has always been my foundational base for discipline. I'm not into working out. I'm not. I don't work out because I want to work out. I work out because I'm disciplined. And I work out every day to keep that discipline high. And also, it brings your vibration up. So, working out has always been a foundational thing to me. I'm like, well, if I'm able to do something that I don't like doing, then the things that I'm actually passionate about and the things that I do want to do, it should be easy. So, me getting in front of this camera for you guys, it's not the easiest thing because I don't like cameras, but me just talking about the things that I'm into with all these different subject matters, it's a passion of mine. I mean, if you guys want to know what I do on my off time, is reading, more reading, and making content. So I'm making my whole life around education because I'm a truth and knowledge seeker. More importantly, truth seeker. Journaling has been another major thing for me. Anytime I wanted to pay off, let's say, personal loans, any type of debt, I'm always able to pinpoint, hey, okay, this is my monthly budget, this is my cost of living. I should be able to pay it off by this time. And what do you know? All of my debt, I was able to pay it off a month in advance. So I'm just giving you that as one example, but it can be many other examples. And I think I made a video. If I didn't make a video, I will talk about making goals for beginners. And to sum that up, which I'm going to go way more in depth in the video, make goals where you almost can't lose for beginners. Now, once you build that confidence of completing said goal, then we can make it more advanced and we can give you goals of substance, so to speak. Another thing, once you know what you're passionate about, that is a beautiful thing because now you can think about ways to monetize that. So I'm passionate about knowledge, I'm passionate about information. So now I'm monetizing that. If you guys don't know, I'm coming up with book lists for you guys in different subject matters. If that's ancient history, geopolitics, anthropology, many more things, psychology, self-improvement books, and different tier lists. And I'm also going to come out with educational courses. Don't want to give y'all too much, but stay tuned. Another thing that's helped me a lot is staying away from negative individuals. Now, what do you mean by that? If you got negative family members where anytime you talk to them, they're always talking about somebody that's passed away, or you always talking about them and they always got financial problems, or it doesn't have to be family, just people in regular everyday life. Your co-workers, if you're in close proximity of your co-workers that talk like that, you have to shy away from that. You have to stay away from that. And if you guys are forced to work near each other, you have to just have a respectful conversation with them and let them know, like, hey man, I'm a huge believer in what you say comes into reality. So please, when you're having these negative conversations, can you please keep them at a minimum? I understand, but if I have problems, I don't want to project that onto everybody else because that puts me in a bad mood. So that's another thing that segues to my other point. Don't get comfortable. Comfort is the process killer. Do not get comfortable. You want to make yourself uncomfortable. Sometimes the uncomfortable things is moving to a new city, a new state, or moving out the country altogether. You get uncomfortable by investing into yourself because in the unknown, great things can happen. You either sink or you swim. But when you're doing a comfortable thing, well, you get comfortable results, which gets you nowhere, stagnant, right? These are a couple things right off the top of my head. They might be all misaligned and out of order, but I didn't write this down. This is a freestyle. This is just a raw conversation with you guys. Maybe I'll make a more structured video later on, all the things that helped me. I kind of did. I had a video titled, I'm 23 and if you're in your 20s, watch this. But that was a specific niche. So I'm going to make a more structured video later on, and it's going to be going over all the things that helped me, and it should be very valuable and helpful and beneficial to you. Seth the Philosopher, Free Gang.